Awesome. So looks like I figured it out. Sorry about this, by the way. So happy Labor Day, everyone. First of all, I was not gonna be streaming today, but I am actually super excited to try out the new my new setup. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do a short stream. I'll just play one league with one short league with Amulet. Um, so it looks like everything's working, and I'm very much looking forward for you guys to let me know if you see any improvement on the quality of the stream, and also if you guys have any suggestions as well. Um, so right now I only have a single monitor, so that's why you guys will see that I will be doing this some. So I apologize about that, but I basically bought the wrong adapter to to plug in my other monitor, so I will have to wait until tomorrow. I order what I think is the correct one, so hopefully that's the case, and tomorrow I can, or at least Wednesday I can start streaming with back to the two monitor setup. In any case, this is what we're gonna be running today, and yeah, I just wanna see if you guys have any comments or any ideas, any things that you would like me to change, any things that you actually do think it's better, things that you guys think it's worse, etc. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I guess I have to. I'm hearing all the moto sounds, and they kind of really annoy me. So let's do this. Um, I'll just mute everything. This moto sound sucks. Oh yeah, this is gonna be annoying. Um, so I guess I'll just try to put it like all the way here, which is gonna be very uncomfortable, but it kind of is what it is. All right. Not a great hand. This hand is much better. It's crazy how much faster Moto runs in this computer than in my previous one. It's pretty amazing. Um, okay, and this the hand looks very tiny. I will bring it something like there. Feels alright. Oh, also I need to update the. Alright, so we're playing against Tron. I need to update the deck list command, so hang in there 1 second. Copy this. Alright. Sweet. Command has been updated. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty straightforward turn. It's not like we have many options anyway, huh? Would it be nice to draw an Explorer there? It doesn't really guarantee a faster Titan anyway, so whatever. This is really good news for us. No turn 3 Tron is definitely good news for us. So at least we got that going. That's not a bad draw at all. I will lead on Gemstone. So, what I want to make sure here is that the next turn I can play my land for turn. That will be my 6th land, and then I can, with prime time, I can go get Ghost Quarter plus something else, plus a bounce land to bounce the Ghost Quarter, and then use the scout to play the Ghost Quarter, so I can Ghost Quarter my opponent on the draw step. So there's that. They just want that F6 value, huh? All about that F6 value. Wait a second, my opponent fetch for a mine? So I guess they already have the power plant in hand, so I will be destroying the tower then. I will be destroying the tower with the Ghost Quarter. Um, so now I'm gonna bounce. I can bounce the Colony Garden for extra value. But I don't think this guy more plants are gonna be relevant, and I think untapped lands are gonna be relevant. So, whew, 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 whew. That's a good draw. Makes my play way more straightforward. So now because I drew the Amulet, I can actually haste my prime time here. Board escape. Yeah, my opponent just concedes. Sick. Cool. That's a good start. That is a good start. I want Pierces. Don't want Bog. So this is the question: Walking Ballista or Tireless Tracker? I kind of like Tracker better, but Ballista is better in some like very specific scenarios. So I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna leave the Tracker in. Rex Sage is also an option, like second Rex Sage instead of the Tracker. Or maybe just a single one of a Brave instead of the Tracker. I mean, a Brave is gonna be destroying O Stones or Worm Coil Engines, basically. It's not like my opponent's gonna be bringing in Damping Sphere, right? Probably one Tracker. Uh-oh. My opponent disconnected, apparently. Maybe they just wanted to reset Moto. In any case, so everybody that's watching, if you have watched my stream before, please let me know if you guys see any improvements. Hopefully the stream should run much more smoothly. Also in higher quality as well. So for sure, if you guys have anything that you want to share, I want to hear about it. Definitely want to hear about it. Oh, and this song is like it's pretty gritty. This song, this hand, this hand is very gritty, but I think it has a lot of potential. I'm gonna lead on Scout on turn 1, and then next turn I can Amulet, and if I so I need to draw a bounce land. If I draw a bounce land, I feel like super far ahead. But if I don't draw a bounce land, maybe I struggle a little bit more. Because I cannot stare for a bounce. Nice. So that was excellent. So now I get to play Amulet. I think I'm going to play... So I have 2 land drops because of the Scout. I think I'm going to play Simic Growth twice. So I also have mana to stare. Because it's going to be the same. Besides, if I sequences it this way, then I will end up with a single land, but 2 land drops from Azusa. And if I stare into, let's say, another bounce land, I can use those 2 land drops to play bounce land and gemstone. So I think I'd rather do this. It's gonna allow me for like the most options, basically. What I think I'll do is I will do this first, and now I will stare first. Because, yeah, exactly. So now that I found a second Simic Growth, now I can play the second land with the Scout. It untaps, and now I can safely bounce the Grove before I play the Azusa, and now I play 2 lands, and this way I end up with 4 mana. And if my opponent does not have a way to deal with my Amulet, they're very dead. So no more power plants, but they're gonna search for what? Or is this mine? They have the interaction? No, steerings. Okay, yeah. So my opponent's very dead then. Nice. I always love beating Tron. I love beating Tron. Just mostly because I despise the deck. um, I don't know. I just don't like it. Have no respect for it. Um, yeah, I guess we can let him explore. Okay. So that was an irrelevant draw, but it's fine. Now we just do this a bunch. Actually, I'm gonna put this here. We do this a bunch. This is 6 mana. Pact for a prime time. Search for a prime time. Cast the prime time. Is there any way I can haste both Primeval Titans? So I can search up bounce land, bounce land. I have 2 land drops remaining from the Azusa, plus 1 land drop remaining from the tribes for the tribe scout. So I can play. I can end up the turn with. Now I get double bounce land here. Then that's 4 mana. I have 1 land drop from the Azusa, semi growth. Play Summoner's Pact. Search for a second prime time. Second prime time finds Stronghold plus the Boros Garrison. That is gonna be hasting one of the prime times. Then the Boros Garrison will bounce itself. I replay it off the Azusa. Yeah, I have exactly enough to double prime time here. Yes. I have exactly enough to double prime time here, which is pretty great. Float the mana here. Do this. Another land drop. I need to make sure that I don't make any mistakes though. Bounce this. Pact Primeval Titan. Cast Primeval Titan. Yes. Get Boros Garrison and Slayer's Stronghold. Untap these 2 guys. Haste this one. Garrison bounces itself. Play Garrison as my last land drop. Untap, bounce Stronghold. Play Stronghold. Haste the other prime time. Swing for a shit ton. Number 1 is gonna get Ghost Squatter. I just need to make sure that I don't die to my my 2 pacts. So I'm gonna get Ghost Squatter and Jim's Colony Garden, I guess. And then the second prime time is gonna get Vesuva. So I can copy the Ghost Squatter, put a stop on my opponent's draw step. And I guess I'll get a Toleria West so I can transmute next turn. This should be very lethal. I mean, not lethal this turn, but there's nothing my opponent can do because they won't have Tron. Alright, draw step, stop, go Squatter. Yep, my opponent was just hoping for me to misclick there. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So we update the record. 1-0. So that was a pretty sweet start. Just casually beating Tron. Yeah, I guess Warlock 42. Yeah, I was so I was so settled on like just killing my opponent's lands that I forgot that I could just kill my opponent. It doesn't matter anyway. Ooh. Okay, so this hand is somewhat high risk, high reward, but I'm willing to risk it. Oh, no more draw step stop. All right. Uh, okay, I guess spreading seas is a possibility here. So let's think. I definitely want to amulet to play my first amulet right now. But I'm trying to figure out if whether I want to play the second one. So if I play the second one, yeah, I think so. Next turn I will untap with 3 lands in play, and I will be able to play. I will be able to tap all 3 lands, float 3 mana, play Celestial Sanctuary once, float 4, up to 7, play Celestial Sanctuary for a second time, have 9, I can use 3 to transmute and 6 to cast to prime time. Seems pretty perfect. And I guess that makes me... actually, I'm required to play the second amulet this turn if I want to kill my opponent next turn. Alright, so if my opponent taps out, they are dead. Which is always a great feeling. Always a great feeling. Please tap out. Curse Catcher. We're playing against the folk. Playing against the folk. Wow, it's crazy to me that people still play this deck. Okay, so Ghost Squatter. I'm trying to see if there's any way I can not lose this gemstone mine, basically. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I play the Ghost Squatter on my turn. I play my Tolera West, that would be plus 2 mana. No, I need to play Tolera West now. Unfortunate, because it means that it's gonna cost me my gemstone mine. And also, you know, maybe my opponent just sacks the Curse Catcher, and that I think that messes my math up. No, I should be fine. I think I should be fine anyway. Yep. I'm gonna do... Actually, I can do it either way. It doesn't matter. So let's do this. Float. Float. Blue. Bounce this. Transmute. For a green pact. So that would be 4, 5, 6 mana. You get more than enough mana. Please Curse Catcher me? No, no Curse Catchering. Alright. I am gonna try to end the turn with as much mana as possible. Because I want to, you know, play around some potential Spreading Seas action from my opponent. Let's do this. Bounce this. Let's do some of this. My opponent has been holding this 1 mana a lot, which makes me think they actually might have Vapor Snag. So if their card is Dismember, it's perfectly fine. But if my opponent has Vapor Snag, and then they find they on their turn they. So at this point, I feel like extremely far ahead. I don't think I can lose really. So I think I'm gonna do the extremely conservative play, and the extremely conservative play is to play around my opponent having Vapor Snag, then untapping and dismembering my Sakura Tribe Scout and playing Spreading Seas. So if my opponent does all three of those things, I lose. And because I just don't think that my opponent can beat this anyway, I think I'm gonna play around that just because I can. So I'm going to get Kalni Garden and I'm gonna get another Gemstone Mine maybe. Yeah, let's do Gemstone Mine. Okay. This is like the extremely conservative play. I could have gone for like double. I guess I could have gone for double Titan, but this is yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to just go for lethal. How's it going, Easy Toss? Um, yeah. I just don't think my opponent can win. Mostly because they're playing a really bad deck. That helps a lot. Yeah, so I went for like the extremely safe play. I should have probably just gone for lethal. But it's fine. It's okay. I'm gonna win this game. I'm 100% to win this game. I cannot realistically lose. So I'm gonna get Teleria and Semi-Growth. And I'm gonna bounce one of these bounce lands. I'm gonna play another Primetime on my second main. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm still at 20. There's just no way that my opponent wins this. Bounce Stellaria, transmute. Get a Summoner's Pact, Summoner's Pact. Again. Ugh, this is so awkward. Primeval Titan. Cast Primeval Titan. Go get some more stuff. Now I have like a buttload of mana. Bounce this. I guess I can get it back to negation. Just seal the deal. Just show my opponent that they are deterministically dead. Alright, welcome everyone that's checking out the stream. We're playing some Amulet today. Happy Labor Day to everybody. And yeah, we're just having some fun. I'm trying out the new setup. Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying out my new setup. I bought a new computer, and it's running super smoothly. Moto hasn't been struggling. Hopefully, you guys see like quite a serious improvement in the stream quality compared to what it was. My opponent can still not attack. It's hilarious. Your deck is cute, opponent. Your deck is cute. It's just not a real deck, but it's cute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play another Primeval Titan. This is when we seal the deal. Let's see if we got hit by the Motobag. No Motobag. Great. Gonna haste both of these bros. Make them some vigilantes. Yeah, I'm fine. Serve with both, and now I can double strike them both. Good old turf plus gemstone. The order doesn't matter. Float. Float white. Float white. Yes. Sun Home and like Radiant Fountain, I guess. Double strike this dude. Double strike the other dude. And that's game. Alright, so against Merfolk, man, I haven't played this matchup in a long time. People have been smart and they have started running like humans, which is better Merfolk. So these are all the cards that I want. Tracker's not great. Sage is fine as a one-off, just like against humans. We can trim on a couple of explorers. I definitely want all my Abrades. I want my Hornet Queen, because it's pretty good at stabilizing a wide board. Explosives on 2, of course, is the absolute nuts against them. This is probably what I want to be doing. Play a bunch of removal. Play a couple of sweepers, multiple explosives, and Hornet Queen. Yep, sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Sorry, I'm looking into my second computer because I'm checking chat over here because I don't have a second monitor now. Waiting for the adapter. Which should be arriving tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have access to that. We'll be back to that double monitor life. All right. Game 2. Ha. So I have 2 draw steps to draw a green source. If I don't draw a green source in the first 2 draw steps, this hand goes from great to bad real quick. But if I do that, and it can even be an ETB tapped green source because of Amulet. So I think I want to keep this. I think it's worth the risk. The hand is strong enough to be okay. Even if I miss like one, maybe if I miss one turn, I'm still gonna be fine. Actually, the right thing to name here is Shaman. Shaman is the, as you can see, Scout has 3 different creature types, and human. So basically, Tracker and Azusa share human. Scout shares Scout with Tracker, because Tracker is a human Scout, and yeah, this hand just became a whole lot worse. And if my opponent has a Spell Pierce here, yep, they do have Spell Pierce. Yep, yep. So now we're actually in trouble. I need to draw reasonably well from here on. I need to find that second resource or ASAP. The good thing is that Explosives is good at catching me back up. So as I was saying, Scout is gonna be Sakura Tribe Scout and Tracker, because Tracker is a human Scout. And finally, okay, they rebuild this. And finally, there's Shaman, which is Elf Shaman is Rexage. Rexage is an Elf Shaman, and Scout is a Shaman too. All right, let's draw a green source, please. Just a single green source unlocks this hand super heavily, though. I just need a single green source, and we're good to go. Of course, bounce land would be the best option. Play the Master, another 2-drop. At this point, any bounce land is actually excellent, because I can play Explode. Yep. Yeah, no, so now we went from like being in a tough spot, like being behind on board, to being extremely ahead, just like that. It's pretty funny. Now I just don't think I can lose anymore. Oh, Amulet. Oh, Amulet. That's crazy. That's insane. Wow, we whiffed. We whiffed on steerings. Holy crap. Alright. So that happened. Yep. Because I don't think my opponent is going to have any answer to this Amulet right here. Or will they? So I can only make... I guess I could have cast a Prime Time. That was a mistake there. I had enough mana to cast a Prime Time, and I could still do this. So that was 100% a mistake, especially considering that Prime Time it's uncounterable this turn, right? That was bad. That was bad. I got a little bit too ahead of myself. Okay. Because I made that mistake, I'm gonna yield. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. I'm going to wait till next turn. The awful thing is that next turn my opponent can counter this Summoner's Fact, which is awful. That was so dumb. I should have stopped. Yeah. Yeah, that was 100% mistake, Isitos. I was just like thinking ahead and thinking like a little bit too far ahead. That was 100% mistake. So yeah, don't worry about it. You are correct, and that was the right play. That was the correct play. Here I'll just take my 3-4-1. Here I will just take my 3-4-1 and move on with my life. And I can just simply F6 after this. Now what? Sure. You got Lord of Atlantis. Now what? What else? My opponent's trying to see if they want to like hold up counter magic or develop their mana. That seems to be what they're trying to figure out. Maybe they want to try to bounce my... Sure, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good draw. I'll do that instead of prime time, because this very much... Actually, am I gonna do that? Like this suggests to me that they have some kind of counter magic. Either that Disdainful Stroke. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use my first land drop. They have Dismember. No, Merfolk Trickster. Okay. That doesn't do anything. And now I know I can safely prime time. Sweet. Awesome. Thank you. So now I can safely prime time, which is great, of course. Float 6 mana. Bounce this. Primeval Titan. Cast Primeval Titan. Yes. Haste it up. I guess my opponent's last card could be Dismember. But even if they Dismember me, it's like I trade for like a Trickster, I guess. But I'm still gonna be fine next turn. I can still pay for my Pact and do all I want to do. The thing that I do want to do for sure, though, is get Semi-Growth. And I guess I will get a Colony Garden. What I'm interested in getting here is multiple green sources, so I do not lose to them like chaining. What's his name? Spreading Seas. So now I have multiple green sources. Even if they double Spreading, if they double Spreading Seas me, I guess I lose. If they double Spreading Seas me, I lose. But that's like the only case. Huh, my opponent is asking whether this deck is new. Years ago, I mean. Not days. Okay, so my opponent plays Master of Waves. It's now we're actually 100%. My opponent gets 5 tokens. That's fine. so that should be game. So upkeep. Want to not lose the game. Thank you very much. Is that a good draw? You guys tell me if this is a good draw, because I'm new to this deck, so not sure. Okay, the question is, what do I want to kill? I think I want to kill the 2/2 drops. I definitely want to play this as my land for turn. Then this. Yeah, we were winning anyway. Now we're very much winning. No, now we're 200% to win. Play this. We have no packs to pay for, so I guess I can bounce this. No land plays remaining, so I can go. I can fetch bounce land plus double strike land. Swing with this. Get bounce land plus sun home. Double strike. And I bounce Tolaria, I guess. So I can still like flash in this and crack explosives to kill those dudes, and my opponents just had enough. All right, 2-0, beating Merfolk. To be fair, Merfolk is a very good matchup. It has always been, and it still is. I just don't think Merfolk is. I think it's trying. Humans is just doing the Merfolk thing better than Merfolk is. I think like the updates Merfolk got are not extremely relevant. The update like Trickster, I guess, can be like somewhat useful sometimes in some contexts, but as you saw right there, is like my opponent tried to like trick me. Trick me. They try to like get me with the Trickster, and it just doesn't do enough, right? Okay. So this hand has an Amulet, some not great ramp, and it has a prime time. I guess it has a Pact, which can be great in specific matchups. I think it's a keep. I think I'm gonna keep. It needs some stuff. It needs some stuff to do the thing, but I think that the chances of us getting there are high enough for me to keep this hand. This coming turn, because I played the Amulet first, now this turn I can play Tolaria. Sure. That is the weirdest play anybody has ever made against me playing Amulets. Wow, that was a super weird play, but I will definitely take it. Okay, so play Tolaria, explore, gemstone, and now that we drew the scout, I think I'm more interested in playing the scout. Yep, I don't even need to hope for a pact or anything like that, because I already have a Tolaria West in hand, so I already have my prime time. What I'm waiting for is a bounce land, so I can get to the sufficient amount of mana. So I guess I steer first. This is one of the bad bounce lands, but it's still a bounce land, so I'll take it. And now I play my land for turn and I transmute for a pact. Transmute. With a pact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If my opponent, like, they're gonna do their thing, and I'm going to end of turn flashing the garrison, bouncing the gemstone. What? I guess they just tilted off or something? That's very weird. Sure. Alright, so I know that my opponent is in some kind of company deck, because, you know, because Birds of Paradise. So, definitely want all of that. Whether I want Hornet Queen or not, that's kind of a tricky question. I don't think I will get the Queen. Usually when we lose in this kind of matchup, it's not because what's going on? I'm trying to, like, why can't I zoom in on the cards? That's super weird. All right, sure. So what I was saying is, whenever I play against company decks, I lose because I get comboed out. It's very, very, very rare for me to lose because I get, like, you know, because my opponent beats me in the value plan, right? Like, you know, play a knight, play a tracker here and there or whatever. That's not the way that I'm gonna lose. If I lose, it's because my opponent goes like turn 2 druid, turn 3 Vizier, and they just have the combo. So I don't think I want to, you know, sideboard planning for their aggro plan, you know. So I definitely want Rex Sage as a one-off because I'm expecting Damping Sphere from them. Ballista is the absolute nutter butters. Braid is excellent. Both sweepers are also excellent. Could probably side out the Blue Pact, I guess. The thing is, like, sometimes Blue Pact is great. In certain scenarios, Black Pact is great. No, Rurik is not great in the matchup. This hand is great, though. In this matchup or in any matchup. This is quite a great hand. No turn 1 place. I like that. That is also a stellar draw. That's a stellar draw right there. No, Rurik is not good in this kind of matchup. Actually, my opponent is kind of like a creature deck more than anything. Are they going to path me? Oh, yes. This is great. Wow. I feel so far ahead already. No. Alright, so yeah, we're doing great here, guys. We're doing great. We're living that multiple amulet life too. Man, this is awesome. So I'm slamming double amulet this turn. If I untap with double amulet, we just win. And if I don't, I just play a gemstone mine, and I can hold up a braid. But my opponent having no turn 2 plays means they kept a really sketchy hand. That's mildly annoying. That's a little bit annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think I'm going to do this. Hold up a braid. I don't want my opponent to put me back a land drop with this. Double Ghost Quarter. Crap. Is this a knight? Yep, that's a knight. So now I just missed sideboarded this game. I just sideboarded incorrectly. That's not a bad draw though. Okay, so red green, colorless. I guess my opponent can go squatter themselves twice. Yep, that's what I thought. So what I the reason why I didn't go for it there is because now if my opponent wants to, oh, okay, so they're on value town then. This is so much better for me, and it's funny because now it was the point for my opponent to do like the whole ghost squatter thing, but they just didn't go for it. Yes, I have ghost squatter, but I had a Bojuka walk, but I sided it out because I thought that my opponent was on not on value town, but on uh, why can't I think of the name? The Vizier deck, the Druid Vizier deck. Floated green here. School, bounce gemstone, cast Titan. Yes. And here I'm not gonna go for double strike land. I think double strike land is pretty valuable. What do you want to destroy, opponent? This or this? Yep. Trying to get me on my mana, which is a weird thing to try to go for, but sure. So now they're gonna draw birds. Oh, so lucky. Cool. So the fact that they play the Ghost Quarter means that they don't have Excavator, which Excavator could be a little bit annoying. This is trouble though. My opponent having the other, yet another path, that was a little bit annoying. So I just need to draw Primeval Titan here, as it's often the case. So I can transmute, but that's going to cost me my gemstone mine, and then I'm again trying to draw land. So I think I'd rather hold up Upraid here. I'm just very sorry about siding out my bog though. Sequencing, opponent sequencing. You wanted to play the Corsair first, so you get an extra life. Rex Sage, sure. That does absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'll take 2. Prime time or any land. Yep, that's pretty good. Let's see if my opponent goes quarters in response. So I'm very clearly baiting my opponent here, right? It's not a that's 100% what I'm trying to do, but I think I can afford to do it. I think I'm in a good spot. My opponent has a Corsair in hand. They're gonna draw the township. Oh no, they're gonna shuffle. Okay, that's fine. They have 2 Corsairs in hand. Fortunately, none of those Corsairs is this tracker. This one would be a little bit more annoying. Just not tapping out, huh? Not tapping out to play that Cursor. Alright, so this is fine. Sure. that is a better draw. So I'm trying to play around my opponent's own board Ghost Quarter, right? If I get one land drop behind for this, and then I play a bounce land, my opponent goes quarters in response, and I'm yet another land behind. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like keep up with what my opponent's doing, right? So my opponent has been consistently destroying this lands, my bounce lands. So okay, sure. My opponent changed their play patterns for whatever reason here. And now I can transmute for explosives, play explosives on 3, and that should basically win the game. At this point, I'm actually interested in my opponent destroying this Gruul Turf, so I'm gonna do this right now. And kind of like ask the question to them. Okay. I can force the Ghost Quarter out of them if I want to. I think I'm actually interested in doing that. So they have Courser and Tracker, and they're drawing a company. So now they're kind of forced to destroy the Simic Growth. Otherwise, I can hold up Explosives mana. And this is something I'm interested in doing. Because I don't want my opponent to mess with my actual good lands, you know, with my value lands. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. You can outplay any of your cards. Yep. I think we're in a really good spot now. I think that we are an extreme favorite to win now. My opponent seems very unsure about what to do now. And the good thing about this is that I just time walked my opponent, and I'm still not forced to blow up these explosives. I can still keep the action coming. Play this as my land for turn, and now I have a bounce land in hand, so I can protect my relevant lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can place. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get another prime time. And of note, actually, Hornet Queen is excellent in this specific matchup. Again, I sideboarded as if I were playing against. I sideboarded as if I were playing against a different deck, basically. But yeah, I was punished a little bit by that. Bounce this. It's fine. I don't get to haste this prime time this turn, but it just doesn't matter. Now my opponent is down a bunch of lands. Now I'm gonna be attacking with Primeval Titan. I'm setting up for my next turn. I even have access to the double strike land now. I bounce this. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. My opponent like basically triple chumped. So now I get to double strike my prime time, and I still don't need to crack these explosives. This explosives has given me so much value. So much value. Now I know they're drawing company, But even if they draw knights, I don't care because I have explosives in play. So I guess they can company into exactly Rex Sage and Knight. Yeah, but that just doesn't do anything. Because now they blocked, and now I don't need to blow out my explosives. Exactly, you see. So yeah, that was all right. We're off to a decent start over here. Off to a decent start. Um, oh. Hmm. Oh, crap. Well, this is awkward. Okay. Cool. So my other computer is running out of battery. So sorry about this. I got the chat going on in this computer. So still want to hear from you guys. All right. So I really wanna hear about it. How are you guys feeling about the stream? Is it looking better than it used to be? Is it running a little bit more smoothly? Is the quality better? Like, can you guys actually watch at a higher quality than you were used to? I am very actively looking for feedback. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. So this hand is not awful. It's just a little bit slow. I'm gonna keep, but this might be a mulligan. I really need any ramp card, I guess. Sweet, easy toss, awesome. I'm very glad to hear. So I guess it's working then. I guess it was worth it. That was a good draw. Definitely a good draw. Yeah, this is. I just need to fix the no. Okay, they bottom two cards. That's of course great for me. I just need to figure out the whole double monitor thing, which I already. We're playing against Storm. Ugh. Well. uh, I guess I play Ballista on 1 and just hope my opponent does not kill me. I'm not very happy about my situation though. Okay. Opponent's still cantripping. Um, yeah. I don't think I have any delay set up. I'm not dropping any frames, which is nice. Okay, at least I'm not dead. Feels like my opponent does not have the fastest hand ever. So I can put one counter on this and kill the Electromancer. maybe that's worth it. If I put a counter on the ballista, then I cannot play this scout though. I think it's more important for me to try to disrupt my opponent to the best of my ability, I guess. This is a free attack, so I'll take it. And I guess I just do this right now. Remand is still a very big problem for me here though. Remand is still a very big problem. They literally bottom, every single scry was a bottom for them. So at least it feels like they are like desperately digging for something. Like they definitely do not have it already. The bad part about it, they bottom once again. The bad part about it is that they are probably just looking for a single thing. And once they found that, I'm dead. Yeah, the matchup is much better after Cyborg. That's no question at all. Wow, that's excellent for me. Yeah, this is great. Awesome. Okay, so now we can prime time. We can haste, and we can prime time. We can haste. We don't need to worry about remand, which is something that I was worried about. And we can actually. Can we transmit for Blue Pact? I think we can definitely transmit for Blue Pact. The question I'm asking right now is whether I can actually pay for it. And I think the answer is no. Because I will need to pay for both Green and Blue Pact. And I will not have enough mana for all of that. So this prime time will take me up to 6 mana and then up to 8. And if I transmute, I'm not going to be able to play Scout as well. Because Scout will help me. Yeah, my opponent seems like they are a little bit... They are slightly desperate over there. Which is of course great for me. So again, I cannot pact here. So I'm going to get Bojuka Bog plus Gemstone Mine, I think. I'm getting Gemstone because I definitely want to be playing Scout this coming turn because I want to have instant speed interaction. And this also helps me transmute my Tolaria Wests on my next turn, even if my opponent manages to kill this prime time. So I think this is gonna be good. If my opponent goes all the way up to 16 Storm, I think they are gonna be able to go up to 18. When they very closely kill you, it's because when they have a dork in play and they close you very it just my opponent does not have like all the rituals and the gifts. That seems to be the issue for them. They are short on mana. Otherwise, they could have done stuff to Grapeshot me on the last turn. So I don't think that's what they are bottlenecked on. I think that if my opponent makes it all the way to 16 Storm, they are definitely going to be able to make it to 18. The thing is that right now they are not able to make it to 16 Storm. And that's why I'm still in it, basically. Otherwise, I would just be dead. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to disrupt them to the best of my ability, which means Bojuka Bog. Then play further disruption for next turn, while also forcing them to answer this prime time, and then have stuff to do even if they do answer this prime time. So I'm trying to, check the most boxes that I can in order to give myself the best shot at winning. not sure what my opponents got going on over there, because they've been like... That was weird. Okay. Because they even okayed... they said okay to the first Amulet trigger, right? It's not like they went to the bathroom or anything like that. They definitely were there. So, that was weird. But yeah, we could very easily be dead right now. We could very, very easily be dead right here. Manamorphose is a great way to start for them. Great place to start for them. Yeah, Manamorphose is really good in that deck. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little bit dead right here. They are 1 gifts away basically for making it a deterministic kill. They brought back this sleight of hand. Okay. The fact that they are moving so slow gives me hope, though. It kind of makes me think that they are kind of struggling to get there. They don't have it already. They're definitely searching for something, and they did not find it. Cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Here's when Tormod's Crypt shines. This is the matchup for Tormod's Crypt. So, sideboarding against Storm. Tracker out. I want some interaction. We got there, Rimai-san. We got there. My opponent did not show me any fetches, so I'm going to assume that they are not on the Blood Moon plan. So I'm gonna side out. So I'm gonna side out the Rex Sage. This might come back to bite me, but you know it's whatever. Prime time can come out because we're bringing in extra threats in Rurik. Ballista is not great. It's much slower and worse than explosives. We can side out a land. We can either side out Radiant Fountain or Colony Garden. I think because my opponent's on what I assume is the fetchless version, which does not run Blood Moon in general, I'm gonna side out the Ghost Quarter. Otherwise, I would be siding out the Colony Garden. But because again, I think that my opponent must be on the fetchless version, so that means that usually means no Blood Moon. And then take out a Pact. I think I like this setup. It's possible to side out the second prime time, but I think I'd rather have the prime time than another Pact, so I'm gonna go with this. Let's see if we can beat Storm. I definitely consider this to not be a good matchup. I don't think Storm is a good matchup. This hand could be better, but we have some interaction. We have Stirrings to dig for Amulet / more lands. Yeah, so Rimai-san asked the question in Spanish, so I will answer in Spanish. So you guys will hear some Spanish right now. Rimai-san, entonces la idea contra este pairing es definitivamente lo que querés hacer es atacar su cementerio. Entonces Bojuka Bog y Tormod's Crypt es excelente en este pairing. Y esa es justamente lo que probablemente nos permita ganar. Es muy común sideboardear, transmutar por Tormod Script. Inclusive si no tenés un Sakura Tribe Scout, podés tener interacción a instant speed. Y eso es lo más importante, el instant speed. Okay, so here we can gemstone mine, and we can, I guess we're just gonna bounce any order. Alright, so now I'm going to discard, and depending on what my opponent does on my next turn, I think I'm gonna ditch the pact. Depending on what my opponent does on my next turn, I will either play a Susa and try to ramp, or I think I'll play a Susa here. Because if I play a Susa, that means that my opponent cannot end of turn gifts. And here we get 2 land drops. My opponent might have Bolt, so I'm gonna do it like this. So I don't give a trigger, so my opponent cannot interact with me. And then I'm gonna play the Simic Growth and bounce the Gemstone Mine so I can Titan. Yeah, no problem, Remai-san. Any time. But yeah, so what we're trying to do here is we're basically trying to our interact. Whoa. No place on turn 3. That's very, very interesting. That's, I don't care about that. Alright, it very much looks like my opponent is leaving up Remand. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm so stupid. No, that's, I'm fine, never mind. I'll play Asusa. What I was going to say is that it very much looks like my opponent is leaving up Remand. So I'm very seriously considering transmuting for a Cavern of Souls here. I think I'm going to transmute for a Tormod script though. And this is again something that I talked about a little bit earlier. This is something that very much happens. I guess they can abrade this also at end of turn, but they don't. At this point, I'm just slamming. It sucks to give my opponent a target for remand, but whoa, that resolved very, very quickly. That resolved very, very quickly. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for me. Okay, I want to hold up. I definitely want to hold up a Braid and Spell Pierce. So I'm going to get Garrison plus Gemstone. I guess I can get. This is very interesting. Garrison plus Turf doesn't do it. Yeah, I don't have enough ETB and tap lands, so I'm just gonna get a Garrison plus Radiant Fountain. No, gemstone, because I want to be able to like play my Spell Pierce twice. Whoa, I very much misclicked there. This should be in play. That was my mistake. It very much seems like my opponent is F6 over there, which is of course awesome for me. Means that, and if I manage to untap, then the game is absolutely over. But yeah, I should be able to hold a Braid up, and because I misclick there, I'm not able to, and that's very bad for me, of course. That's a pretty bad mistake. But well, it's a thing that happens. Magic Online misclicks are very, very much a thing. My opponent just... They just cannot beat this Stormwood script. I guess I slam? Is this lethal? No. That would be 8, that 14, 15. That's not lethal. So I think I'm more interested in attacking with both. Attacking with both, transmuting, and slamming Rurik. That seems better for me. On the other hand, though, if my opponent is playing Blood Moon, that is kind of like the only way I lose. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm actually going to transmute for a blue pact here. I think blue pact is going to be my best option. This basically closes all the doors. I have spell pierce, multiple counter spells, interaction for their dudes. I think I got all, or at least most of my bases covered, and also graveyard interaction that they cannot really stop. Rimai-san, honestamente, a mí me resulta muchísimo más divertido. Esa es la principal razón por la que juego Amulet en vez de en vez de en vez de Titan Shift. Titan Shift me parece un poco demasiado one dimensional. So I guess they're gonna wipe my board. There's no way they can make it up to... If this Electromancer died, there's no way they can make it up to 20. Yeah, they're just trying to, like... Yeah, this game is over. This game is very over. If they are using all of these resources to kill my prime time, it's just... They are dead. Grape Shot resolves. Yep. So I guess they get to kill the Azusa too, but that doesn't really matter. Because I can still haste my prime time next turn, and I have protection from Remand. So... I mean, they are not dead, but they are mostly dead. Yep. That's... So there's that too, but that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, Rimai-san, it's way more fun. It's not even close. Slayer Stronghold. Bounce this. Play it as my land for turn. Haste my dude. Woodlands do I want to get here? I guess I get Bog. Because, might as well. So I have interaction and I still don't even need to crack. So they cannot really play around the Tormod script anyway. Yeah, so I'll get Bog and I guess Sunhome to seal the deal next turn. Take 8. Four oh eight oh. No big deal. No big deal. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're doing pretty good for ourselves right here. We're playing for the 5-0. We beat Tron. We beat Tron. Then we beat. Can't remember what the second deck was. Then we beat a green white value town, and then we beat Storm. Wow, I totally forgot what this what this was. Uh, what was it? I'll figure out later. But yeah, yeah, easy toss anytime. From now on, this is gonna be the new standard. Stream is gonna be more watchable, I guess. Um, but yeah, thanks for checking it out. So we're getting an honest day's work on Labor Day. Can you guys believe that? Amulet Amulet just works 24/7 every day. Every day. Yeah, Storm is a pretty bad matchup for Valakut. I whenever I play Valakut, I play this. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Whenever I play Valakut, I play the Through the Breach version. So the Storm matchup, it's a little bit more bearable. Oh, Merfolk, that was the other thing we played against. The Storm matchup is a little bit more, just a little bit closer, mostly because you are faster. And this hand is not great. I'm gonna mulligan. This hand is better. Hopefully my opponent is playing a mid-range deck. I really need lands here though. Really need some lands. Breeding Pool. Is my opponent Infect? Yeah, I'm so sad right now. So in case you guys don't know, Infect is, of all the tier decks in Modern, Infect is by far Amulet's worst, absolute worst matchup. So this is very sad. um, Technically, there's one more matchup that I consider even worse than Infect, which is the blue-red Kilnfin deck. Wow, just not drawing lands. Just not drawing lands over here. I think we might be dead though. Unlike the legacy version of Infect, which they need less pump spells, but because they need less pump spells, they play less pump spells as well. So it's more likely that sometimes they just don't have it. The modern version of Infect plays a lot of pump spells, and I feel like I am pretty dead here. Like the chances of my opponent not having a groundswell are very, very slow. Yep, small I meant. And we're dead. Okay, so we're playing against Infect. Sweepers are okay. Tracker is not. Abrades. Yes, please. Radiant Fountain is the worst land, obviously. Pact of Negation. Does Infect play Damping Sphere? Give me 1 second while I look that up. Goldfish. Dex. Infect. Okay, so it looks like there's no Damping Sphere. It looks like there's no Damping Sphere, so I imagine that I can just side out my Rex Sage somewhat safely. Famous last words, but but it is what it is. Rurik can be okay in this matchup, so can Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is better than Rurik, though. Ballista is the thing that gives us a chance, basically. So Ballista is actually quite excellent. Let's try this. Let's try that. See how it goes. But yeah, it looks like we're just going to 4-1 because this matchup is very, very bad. I don't think this is strong enough. Maybe it is. What do you guys think? Sí. El explosivo es un poco muy lento, Rimai-san. Explosive is just a little bit too slow. I guess I'm gonna keep this, and then I'm gonna die when I just counter my opponent's spells, but they just kill me with their little dudes. So there's nothing I'm playing on turn 1, so I'm gonna lead on Grove. There's nothing I'm gonna be piercing on turn 1. Even if my opponent plays like the 1 mana green enchantment, I'm not gonna pierce that. That's bad news. That's really bad news. That's a really good draw though. This is super awkward now. So I guess I'm gonna do this. I'm just not gonna hold up any interaction for this turn. I'm gonna hope I'm not dead. And I'm gonna play Azusa on turn 3, followed by Gemstone and Sanctuary. And now then the Azusa is gonna be able to block the Glistener Elf. Never mind, they have like a bunch of dudes. Damn it. It's a good draw. Yeah, I really want to leave up Spell Pierce. Okay, so let's say my Azusa does not die. Okay? Let's say Azusa does not die. In that case, I want to hold the Celestial Sanctuary in my hand. And next turn, I'm going to be able to Spell Pierce like one of my opponent's pump spells. And then next turn I'm going to be able to play Amulet and play Celestial Sanctuary. And I'm going to be able to do all of that while still holding up Spell Pierce. But I'm expecting to use his Spell Pierce on this turn though. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass the turn. And next turn I will pay 1 for Amulet. Play Bounce Land, play Bounce Land, play Bounce Land. That's 6. Hold up 3 mana and I will be able to have double counter backup. As weird as this is, I am going to definitely block the Glycerin Elf if my opponent attacks. I can expect them not to though. But I'm kind of like gonna bait them, but I actually really hope that my opponent does not kill my Azusa, which is in a very awkward spot to be against the Infect. I guess my opponent can also have Nature's Claim. Nature's Claim messes this plan up pretty hard. No attack with the elf. I mean, I'm letting this one go. This one's not lethal. Five plus 2, 7. So I'm gonna be at 8. Do they have the mutagenic growth? Alright, this one I need to pierce. Do they have the second? Alright, no second one. And now they don't have interaction for my amulet. So we might be in an okay spot here. Play, bounce. Play, float 6, bounce. I can 16 my opponent here with a counter backup. Border's Garrison, Slayer's Stronghold. Yeah, right? Play Sanctuary. Swing. My opponent's at 14 because they took a bunch of damage from their stuff. So I'm gonna fetch Sun Home and T West, I think. Alright. Keisto 12. Thanks for following. I appreciate the follow. So this should be enough for lethal. Done. Alright. One more. One more for all the marbles. On the draw, I probably want even more spell pierces. It's just very, very important for me to deal with the blighted agent, because I can chump a reasonable amount, right? I have Sakura Tribe, I have Azusa's, and I have Colony Garden. So I can chump a reasonable amount. The problem is the Blighted Agent. Blighted Agent gets around all of that and just doesn't care about champ blockers. And that's a big issue. I also might want explosives. So the cards in question are Explosives and the second Pierce. Yeah. Are you talking about Infect or are you talking about Amulet? Because I think both are really good. Uh, Especially because the best control deck is a blue white, which is a much better matchup for Infect than Jeskai. Jeskai is it's pretty much unwinnable. Um, I kind of really want the third Pierce on the draw, because countering one of their pump spells is actually way more impactful there, because they will have less cards. Let's do this. Oh, you played Infect for 1 year? Nice. Yeah, this hand is unkeepable. Alright. We're playing against one of our worst matchups. Okay? This hand... This hand... Uh, oh, sweet, Remisa, and thank you very much for the subscription. Awesome. Really appreciate it. Now you can... Now you can use your... Nice, thank you, I appreciate it. You also have access to your primetime emote now. So, alright, so as I was saying, hear me out. We're playing against one of our worst matchups. It's all about how explosives or draw is, because they are going to be able to race us. What we have here is we have double Amulet, of course, which makes our draws way more explosives, and we also have a bounce land. Now, you don't need to be a scientist to realize that we have no lands to play here. I think that the upside this hand has is high enough that with a Scry, I am going to keep it and hope that in the top two cards of my deck there's just a normal land. Nailed it. And now I actually have interaction in the form of Spell Pierce or Kozilek's Return, plus double Amulet. So I'm going to spend my turn 1 on Amulet, especially since my opponent did not play an Infect creature here. But yes, I know that this hand was extremely risky, but I think that I'm playing in a bad enough matchup where it's worth it for me to take the risk. Well, that's like the best thing my opponent could have done there. I don't think it's close. Okay, now we are actually in a way worse spot. So I'm going to do this, and now we're a little bit more in desperate mode. So I'm not going to assume that my Amulet survives, but I'm going to try to set up Kozilek's Return for next turn, and try to set my opponent back. And I think I'm chumping here. I think I'm chump blocking. Mindful Corrosa. Now I'm definitely chumping. Guess my opponent is just trying to force the chump here. I mean, it's good for me because I was thinking of chumping anyway, so. Alright, now I'm main facing this Kozilek Return like there's no tomorrow. Mutagenic Growth? Yes! Yes! We got a chance. We got a chance. We even have spell pierce up in case my opponent is trying to like get back into the game. Still at 0 infect. Bounce land. Alright, gemstone mine, sure, whatever. Alright, we are in a spot where we are not extremely likely to die this turn, and we are one bounce land away from straight out winning the game. Which is of course a pretty good place to be at. Just 2? Just the 2. Alright, let's draw bounce land, please. Bounce land, bounce land. Oh, it's 1 mana short. That is 1 mana short. Okay, though. So I'm gonna do this. I'm going to transmute right here. And I'm going to transmute for a semi-growth chamber. And I'm gonna play it. Of course we cannot play Primeval Titan here. But I'm gonna play it. This allows me to hold up Spell Pierce during my opponent's next turn. And this leaves a bounce land in my hand. So next turn I'm gonna be able to... Yeah, that's 1 turn too slow though. My opponent might have it here. At 6, yeah, they just have enough. Ah, we were so close. We were so close. That's very frustrating. That's very frustrating. I think that we played... I feel like that game was played very well. But we were exactly 1 turn too slow. If we had drawn any bounce land instead of a Tolaria West, we would have... We have double Amulet. We should have won that game. We have double Amulet. Wow, that's like the worst way to lose. So we have double Amulet. When we play Tolaria West, it untaps twice, meaning that we would have actually exactly 6 mana. Meaning that we can cast Primetime, meaning we can attack, meaning we can swing for 20. That was bad. That was yep, that was very, very bad. So I just say that I played that game well. Erase that. That game should have been won and it was lost instead. So that was, yeah, that was bad. I missed the kill. Yep. So yep, I should have 5-0'd. I should have 5-0'd. I was so like, I was so just, you know, focused on, okay, I need to draw bounce land, that I failed to realize that my opponent did not have any mana for interaction. So any ETB tap land actually wins us the game. Man, that was bad. In any case, so that was helpful. In any case, we learned. We learned from my mistakes. Hopefully, you guys, you know, don't go around and, you know, throwing wins away. But yeah, so that was fun. That was a fun little stream. I'm gonna go now. But I think we had a good time. I think the list is pretty sweet. I've been a really big fan of this sideboard. I think the sideboard is very tight. It's very cool. I think the 2 sweepers are a must. The 3 abrades are a must. The 3 pierces are really good. And then the bullets are also very strong. We didn't play against any control decks. That's where Tracker makes its appearance. Tormod's Crypt was excellent against Storm. Explosives was excellent against Merfolk. Um, yeah, I think it was a pretty strong showing anyway. And I made some chesties, which is cool, and some planeswalker, some PPs too. I'm gonna open this. Let's see what's up. See what's going on here. Serrated arrows. Sure. I imagine that's like a pauper card. Mirari's Wake. I doubt that's worth anything, but this card used to be super sweet when it was in standard. And finally, ugh, the spice. Well, it's really annoying that I cannot zoom in. I have no idea why this happened. Maybe I will need to restart Moto and it will fix itself. In any case, thank you guys for watching. In case you guys have not hit that follow button, please go ahead and do so. From now on, this stream is gonna look much nicer, just like it looked today, and we're gonna be able to have some very nice Amulet streams from now on without all the lag. Whenever prime time, whenever we search with prime time, and there's like we have to wait until the computer loads and everything. But yeah, thank you very much to Remai-san for the subscription. I really appreciate it a lot. And yep, if I will be back tomorrow. You guys have an awesome holiday. Happy Labor Day. And yep, I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.